Hello, everybody. My name is Darius the Great, and I am here with my. I just stole Markiplier's intro. What's going on, y'all? But Darius the Great here, back again for another video, and this time I'm here with my review for Iron Lung. It is Markiplier's directorial debut, his official movie acting debut. I know there was the whole in space with Markiplier and all that YouTube with Markiplier stuff, but this is his first film, written and directed by him, starred by him. He is the main actor. He's one of three actors you actually physically see, or one of four actors that you physically see in the film. And of course, he is adapting the horror video game Iron Lung. Now, I'm a big time Markiplier fan, in case you didn't figure out by me copying his intro. I think I got introduced to him in Outlast, the first Outlast game. I believe it was his first playthrough of that I found him, and the dude was hilarious. And he still is to this day hilarious, even though his style has changed. He's not as loud and super talkative as he was before, but he's adapted with age. And I could not have predicted that we'd be here today, where he has made a film, directed the film, started the film, wrote it, and basically funded it himself. He bypassed the studio system. He bypassed Hollywood to make this film. And he put it out himself, and it's quite honestly inspiring, And it's making a lot of money too for its budget. I forgot what the budget was. It was $8 million or something like that. It might have been somewhere around that. And it's made, at least as of yesterday, $17 million. I'm sure it's probably even more now. I'll look at that towards the end. But my thoughts on the film. Before we went to go see it, I started watching his playthrough of Iron Lung, because I wanted to get a sense of what was going on. But then I stopped myself, you know what? No, I want to go in without having seen any gameplay of the game and knowing what it's really about. I want to go in fresh. I want to see, how is this movie not just as an adaptation of the game, but how is it as a film? And I have to say, it's not perfect. It's not great. It's not bad. It's somewhere in the middle. Markiplier is a pretty good director. For a first timer, there's a lot of different shots he uses, a lot of different choices where I'm just okay, that's wow, I like that shot. I like that, perspective, that point of view. I like all that. And he did a good job at creating the tense atmosphere of a guy being stuck in this rinky-dink sub in an ocean of blood where you can't see out the window. You can only press a button and show a camera flash, like an X-ray camera flash of what's out there, and sometimes what it shows is downright horrifying. But the movie is just this guy stuck in this sub, and he's got you could tell it's based off of a game. It's there's no real light. Your only light source comes from this camera flash. Really, your oxygen level, it's going down, up level 1, level 2, level 3. You're dangerously low, and he did a really good job at taking all those elements and putting them on screen, making you feel the tension, making you feel how much it has to suck for this guy, this former convict, being in this situation and hearing all the noises, and then there's stuff hitting up against the submarine, and at points he kind of starts to lose his mind and hallucinate stuff. Or is he hallucinating? What's going on in here? And that's also a big negative for me, but I'll get to that later. In terms of his acting, I thought he's a really good actor. Really good actor for a first timer. Again, I know he did the whole in space Markiplier and the adventure Markiplier, whatever the hell that stuff was called. But in a film where he is the main soul star, the main face we see and spend our time with, you could tell he really put in the work in trying to relay, whether it's fear, whether it's frustration, confusion, desperation. I think he conveys all of that really well. Now, when it comes to the negatives, as I hinted to before, I would say the movie is very vague. The whole movie, you're kind of just what the hell is going on here? Especially if you haven't seen anything from the game itself, you have a lot of questions. All you're really given is some monologue at the beginning where it's just okay, the planets and the stars all disappeared in what humans have called the quiet rapture, and the only planet is this blood planet place and you have to go. They have to send him down there into the blood ocean on this planet to find something that will help humanity. The rest of it is very vague. Like, there's different paper trails, you could say, different things that he finds in the sub that's kind of trying to open up the broader story, but it doesn't really open it up enough. And I feel like I'm left with questions, but also I'm left not knowing what questions to really ask. And for all I know, that's how the game is. I could probably guess that's how the game is, but I feel like that works better in a game where you are taking control of the character, solving these things so that you can move on to the next section of the game. But you can't really do that in a movie because you're not controlling this. You're not actively trying to progress the story, you're not trying to progress the movie. That's left up to the movie itself to do that. And when I left the theater, there's a couple of guys, they hated the movie. They did not like it at all. I told them, I was just like, yeah, it's all right. And one of the guys was just like, I don't even know what the hell happened. You know, do you know what happened? What is it about? What is it about? And I was just like, I don't know. I really don't know what happened and where we ended up. I don't know really what's going on. I feel like now, after I'm done recording this, I have to go maybe look up some more videos, maybe watch his entire playthrough of the game and see if it gives more than what the movie gave. But yeah, that was really the movie's biggest sin, along with being a little bit too long. They could have shaved off like 10 minutes of this, because honestly, I dozed off. And I don't think I dozed off for too long, because when I woke up, it didn't seem like, at least, we were in too different of a place than when I kind of started going to sleep. But yeah, it was a little bit too long. It was like 2 hours and 2 minutes. It could have been like a minute 50, to be honest. It's probably what it should have been. And the first half of it is very slow. It is a lot of just, Mark just sitting there, writing some stuff down, looking at maps, just looking around, just like, what the hell is going on? But, once it kicks into gear and once it gets really weird and really wild and crazy in the second half, I think it's actually pretty well executed. Again, not perfect by any means. It's not great. It's not bad. I have it somewhere in the middle. I think for a first-time movie for a guy like Markiplier, or a first-time movie in general, it's better than what you see a lot of first-time movies. It's better than what you see on Tubi. It's not like Tubi level bad. I know a guy who he kind of just wrote it off and just like, what? It's just a movie made by YouTubers? What the hell? But I don't think that's fair to just write it off as that, because honestly, it's an inspiring thing, an inspiring feat that Markiplier accomplished here, because he took that leap. He took that chance. A lot of people are going to criticize, shit all over us and be like, it's just a YouTuber movie. But what are you doing? Right? Where's your movie at? Oh, that's right. You don't have one. You haven't made one. Go make one. Go do something that you can give to the world and be like, hey, this is what I've put literal blood, sweat, and tears into making and telling this story. Here it is. Yeah, it may not be perfect, but at least I tried it, and now I know what I need to do better next time, if Markiplier, of course, does continue to make films, which I honestly think he should. Honestly, I wouldn't hate if his thing, like, sure, I'd love for him to make something original, but I wouldn't exactly hate if his thing with his films became looking at these like independent horror games that he played and which ones make like a good movie. Like, if he made like an I'm on observation duty movie, like, that would actually kind of cook. That would actually be properly creepy. I wouldn't mind that. But in terms of a grade, final thoughts, I would give this probably like 2.75 or 3 out of 5 stars. I'm still sort of sitting with that. I want to watch his gameplay series, and then when it comes to streaming, I'll probably watch it again, kind of fully collect my thoughts. But right now, I'm sitting firmly. If I had to choose one or the other, I'm sitting at 3 stars. I think I'm sitting at 3 stars. I did have a good time. I was entertained. Yeah, I nodded off a bit, but for the most part, I wasn't entertained, even though I still don't really understand what the hell happened. But again, growing pains. Am I right? So let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Have you seen Iron Lung? Will you be going to see Iron Lung? Let me know. Sound off in the comments. Make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new uploads. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.